schools face funding cuts for diversity initiatives amidst Trump administration crackdown. The Trump administration's escalating assault on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives, has reached a critical juncture. A chilling memo, dispatched Thursday by the Department of Education to state officials nationwide, demands swift confirmation of compliance with the administration's sweeping anti-diversity policies. Failure to comply within a mere 10 days risks the devastating loss of vital federal funding for public schools. This aggressive mandate marks yet another aggressive step in the administration's controversial campaign to dismantle DEI programs across the nation's educational landscape. The memo's stark ultimatum underscores the administration's unwavering commitment to its anti-DEI agenda. It's a clear and present threat, forcing schools into a difficult choice: abandon initiatives aimed at fostering inclusive learning environments or risk crippling financial repercussions. The potential loss of federal funding could devastate school budgets, compromising essential programs and resources that directly impact students' educational experience. This action is not merely a symbolic gesture. It represents a direct assault on the very foundation of inclusive education. This latest move builds upon a pattern of escalating attacks on DEI principles. Last month, the administration targeted numerous colleges and universities, accusing them of engaging in what it terms race-exclusionary practices. This follows previous warnings issued to schools and colleges, explicitly stating that federal funding could be jeopardized by any form of race-based preferences in admissions, scholarship opportunities, or any facet of student life. This chilling effect is designed to discourage any initiatives that prioritize diversity and inclusivity, effectively stifling efforts to create equitable learning environments. The administration's rationale rests on a narrow and contested interpretation of the law, framed within a broader ideological context. While the specific legal arguments remain subject to scrutiny and debate, the practical implications are stark and immediate. Schools are now facing an impossible choice, forced to navigate a complex legal and ethical landscape with potentially devastating consequences. This pressure, applied through the threat of financial penalties, leaves little room for meaningful dialogue or dissent. The memo's abrupt and peremptory tone leaves little room for negotiation or compromise. The 10-day deadline imposes an impossible burden on already overstretched school administrators, demanding a rapid response amidst a complex and rapidly evolving legal environment. This creates a climate of fear and uncertainty, potentially inhibiting open discussion and collaboration within educational institutions. It forces a focus on compliance over meaningful engagement with issues of equity and inclusion. The implications extend far beyond the immediate financial consequences. The message sent by this action is profound and far-reaching. It signals a rejection of inclusive education, sending a chilling message to educators, students, and communities alike. It undermines efforts to create welcoming and supportive learning environments that truly reflect the diversity of the student body and broader society. The long-term consequences of this policy shift remain to be seen, but the immediate impact is clear: a climate of fear and uncertainty, and a serious impediment to the pursuit of educational equity. The broader implications of this policy are deeply troubling. The erosion of DEI initiatives will likely exacerbate existing inequalities, perpetuating systemic disadvantages for marginalized communities. By prioritizing conformity over inclusivity, the administration undermines the very principles of a just and equitable education system. This sets a dangerous precedent, not only for education, but also for the broader social fabric of the nation. This aggressive stance is not only legally questionable, but also morally reprehensible. It demonstrates a fundamental disregard for the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion, principles that are essential for creating a just and equitable society. The potential consequences of this policy are far-reaching and deeply concerning, raising serious questions about the administration's commitment to public education and its vision for the future. The coming days will be critical as schools grapple with the implications of this ultimatum and its profound impact on the future of education. The fight for inclusive education continues, and the stakes have never been higher.